Welcome back. It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for our go-to segment where we pull back the curtain on the home building and renovation world.
If you're overwhelmed, confused, or unsure about your building or remodeling project, we got you.
Let's ask the contractor.
Lucas Stensland is the general contractor and owner of H-1 Construction, and he's back on the set. How are you, brother?
Good.
Mahalo. I know you was eyeing up our set. You can make some improvements of it. I know.
Small tweaks.
There you go.
That looks great.
All right. Well, today I wanted to, if it's okay with you, I'd like to talk about choosing the right contractor and avoiding the financial pitfalls. So let's start with the biggest mistake you see homeowners make when choosing a contractor.
So I think when homeowners are going into the process, everything is really detailed and money driven and budget driven, as it should be.
Right.
I don't want to, have budgets to take a back seat. But sometimes when they curb their budgets, they can sometimes get a little bit more of their expectations, right? So it's really defeating for everyone involved when a project is completed and it doesn't live up to their expectations, but it matched their budget, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's a really good segue into like, what is a pitfall? What is the biggest pitfall financially when it comes down to it? It's like your contractor can be your biggest pitfall. You want to make sure you're doing your proper vetting, right? Mm-hmm. Like, I don't think most people just go to the doctor and have a surgery done. You want to make sure that this doctor has a good reputation, mm-hmm. has a good history behind him, and same thing with your general contractor.
How do you do that? What would you recommend?
Well, as anybody, it's selecting your team in the upfront. I am not a big fan of the 3-bid process. I know it sounds great at the beginning, and I don't think contractors do it maliciously, but at the same time, they bid things low, and it's very appealing to a homeowner, right? Mm-hmm. Well, I have 3 bids, and yours is in the middle, and I have one that's $200,000 less than you. I've been in this business a long time, and my bids are as accurate as they can be every time. Not to say that somebody else's isn't, because there is going to be sometimes that variance, because we do provide a level of expertise and a level of hand-holding that's above everybody else's. That does come at a premium, but it also does have a lot of expectations can be met with the client that.
I like that. No surprises.
No surprises. And when a client is looking at 2 bids, sometimes they go with the lower one, but this lower one, when you really get into the meat and potatoes, is going to be all the way up here at the end. Mm-hmm. So instead, they're being nickel and dimed to this where I was in the beginning, right?
Yep.
And this is just misses or non-communication. But it's also just starting from the beginning. Start with your collaborative team from the very beginning. You can have your 3-bid process here, but once you have a set of blueprints in front of you, once you send that out for proposals, anything that's missed on there is going to be up for interpretation, which is also a pitfall. Your interpretation of something might be completely different than mine. You told me to go buy you a car right now, I could come back with anything, right? So it's just managing a lot of the things before they even start.
I like that, because sometimes, since you like to talk about transportation, some people, they buy the cheapest airline ticket, and not knowing that they got to pay for the carry-on, and then they got to pay for the luggage, and then they got to, all of those costs just get piled on, versus starting at that price that you're going to pay.
You know the worst part about that is always just taking out your credit card. You might as well just walk around just swiping it everywhere, because you're being nickel and dimed, and it's really your fault for signing up for that type of situation.
But this is why I like H-1 Construction, because the transparency is there. You meet with your clients how often throughout the process?
Well, we meet with them every 2 weeks during construction. So as the build goes on, we're meeting on site. It's our OAC meeting, owner, architect, contractor.
Wow.
Yeah, it is a lot for everybody, because we got to maintain that every 2 weeks. But I can tell you how much money it saves by walking through, and people really start to visualize what's happening, right? And not only that, I meet on site every other week. So every other Friday, we're meeting, call them our Friday update videos and our Friday update meetings. we're meeting and doing an update video. So I'm there giving them a video. So technically they're getting information every week.
That's awesome.
And we're providing Gantt charts. So there's 3 different ways to communicate with our clients.
I love that transparency. That brings a lot of reassurance and really calms people's nerves. And we appreciate that about H-1 Construction. And we appreciate you being here on the set, brother. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. It's always good to see you. See you again soon.
Yes, we'll see you again.
All right.
How many times can we use appreciation in a sentence? But I really do. I really appreciate Lucas Stensland from H-1 Construction. By the way, if you got any questions, send them over to us right now so we can get you those answers in next week's segment of Ask the Contractor. H1constructionhawaii.com/ask. We'll be right back, family.